the Honorable Minister of State for Lands, Housing and Urban Development, Madam Princess, we are very honored to have you here. Now, can we, ladies and gentlemen, are we ready for this? Can we please be upstanding for the national anthems?
Oh, Uganda, may God uphold thee. We lay our future in thy hand. United, free, for liberty, together we'll always stand. Oh, Uganda, the land of freedom, our love and leather we'll give, and with neighbors all on our country's calling, peace and friendship we live. Uganda, the land that feeds us, buzzes and fertile soils grow. On dear land, we'll always stand. The heart overpraise us
Mungu twaomba unilinde Jumuiya Afrika Mashariki, tuwezeshe kuishi kwa amani, tutimize na malengo yetu. Jumuiya yetu sote tulilinde, tuajibike, tuimarike. Umoja wetu ni nguzo yetu, idumu jumuiya yetu. Uzalendo pia mshikamano viwe msingi wa umoja wetu, na tulinde uhuru na amani, mila zetu na desturi zetu. Jumuiya yetu sote tuilinde, tuajibike, tuimarike. Umoja wetu ni nguzo yetu, idumu jumuiya yetu. Viwandani na hata mashambani, tufanye kazi sote kwa makini, tujitoe kwa hali na mali, tulijenge jumuiya bora. Jumuiya yetu sote tuilinde, tuajibike, tuimarike. Umoja wetu ni nguzo yetu, idumu jumuiya yetu.
Ladies and gentlemen, if the chairperson of Uganda Physical Board or Planning Authority has come, please come and take your seat. Uganda Physical Board, please come and take your seat. It's the only seat on the podium which is not occupied. And if she's not here, and there is somebody from the physical board minister to sit there feeling that there's one person who is missing somehow, who have left out from her ministry, please come and take this seat. The Honorable Minister for Lands, Housing and Urban, Minister of State for Lands, Housing and Urban Development, Princess Persis Namugunza, His Excellency, the High Commissioner of the Republic of India to Kampala, His Excellency Mr. Ajay Kumar, the representative of the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Lands, Housing and Urban Development, the representative of the Director General, Executive Director of Uganda Investment Authority, the President of the National Architects Association, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I would like to welcome you all, and I want to pay special recognition of principal persons behind the show. I want to ask Mr. Swami Prem, who is a guru, an architect, an engineer, civil engineer, a motivator, a person who is a keen diplomat, an international figure, to please stand up for recognition. I'll talk a little bit about him later. I want to introduce the person who has been moving, running up and down day and night up to 3 a.m. in the morning and up again by 10 o'clock is here, Mr. Digvijay Singh, the Chief Executive of Trade Services Limited in India. I want to recognize Mr. Manish Patel, President of Rajkot Hardware Manufacturers Association. On the home ground, Madam Minister, I want to pay special recognition to the staff of the Ministry of Lands, Housing and Urban Development, who received the idea of this exhibition and supported the mounting. The brains behind this recognition are, now she's not here, but in her state, I want to recognize Mr. Kayanga Yanga, who is standing in as the Permanent Secretary, who is actually the director, one of the directors in the ministry. And the UMA Showground and its Executive Director, Mr. Daniel Birungi, have lived up to the expectations that Ugandans set up this Uganda Manufacturers Association. They have provided for us the background support to the exhibition. They have provided physical space for the display. They have provided a forum for exhibitors and potential customers to interact. I want to pay special tribute to them for this. I want also to mention that there's a lady who has been running up and down. She requested not to be mentioned, but I think that recognition should be given to where it is due, and especially when it is due to women. And so I want to recognize the efforts that Beatrice has put into coordinating and putting the show. She has done a sterling job, and I wouldn't have liked to take on her job, I ask you. Madam Minister, with all this, I know you are a cabinet minister, and therefore you, at the back of your mind, you might be thinking, and my High Commissioner of India might be thinking, or some of you might be thinking, why is an ex-High Commissioner to New Delhi still on stage at this event? Now, first and foremost, this was a very special request by the organizers of this forum, of this exhibition, that since I was the one who brought them from Chennai and introduced them to Uganda and so on, they wanted me to usher me into the country. So I was privileged to be here, and therefore I take on this responsibility. But Madam, I don't want that apologetic note to sound at all as if it's the main reason why I'm here. There is no apology. I am, in a way, High Commissioners and Ambassadors do not retire. They do not retire because their work is about developing and promoting global human understanding and friendship. Ambassadors, if you allow me to draw the analogy of Psalm 127, are like children, a quiver full of children in their father's hand. And with these children, the father can win many, many battles everywhere. So ambassadors never retire. Being an ambassador is not a mechanical job or even a technical job. It's a job about hearts and minds, which translates into uplifting of cooperation among individuals and nations, and therefore to peace and development and socio-economic growth and transformation. A meeting on minds on many fronts happened in my assignment in New Delhi, and the show comes from the last exposition of that meeting of minds, which took place in Chennai, East India. It is at Chennai, during the Uganda Road Show, in which you participated and many other ministers participated, that the idea of this exhibition was born. I met Mr. Swami Prem, and he accepted to support Uganda's economic growth in a number of ways. This show is one of them. So, what are the elements of this show, Madam Minister? It includes, this show has got exhibitors. We have 9 institutional government of Uganda bodies, including Uganda Manufacturers Association, including the surveyors, including the architects, including the planners, including the National Housing Corporation, who are supporting and exhibiting in this exhibition. We have the Ugandan building and construction companies, 40 of them, who are active exhibitors in this exhibition. We have over 60 Indian companies who are exhibiting different items and wares in this country, in this hall here. We also have, Madam, beyond India, and this is tribute to the work of Prem and to the work of Big Vijay, Mr. Singh, who are international people. We also have here not just Indian exhibitors, we also have Egyptian exhibitors, we also have French exhibitors, we also have German exhibitors, we have Kenyans exhibiting, we have Omanis exhibiting, we have Turkey exhibiting here. So this is truly an international exhibition of the building and construction industry. And what is the range of the show? The show features architecture. The architect is here, the chief architect is here. It features building, it features construction, it features design, it features engineering. These are all specialisms within the building and construction industry, which are part and parcel of this show. And so, Madam Minister, when you go, I'm very proud to say that these people have brought to Uganda, these Indian people have brought to Uganda not just themselves, their industries, which is to their national interest, but they have gone beyond their national interest to bring to Uganda organizations, people, companies who they think would be of great benefit to our building and construction industry. This exhibition is a meeting of minds between Ugandans and Indians in the construction and building industry. It is a concrete beginning which should be stamped on the Ugandan and Indian calendars. Therefore, 11th to 13th August must be an annual show. Furthermore, this show has to target the East African community, given Uganda's strategic location within this regional body. There is no doubt in Uganda's strategic value to the East African community, made up of Kenya, Tanzania, Rwanda, Burundi, Democratic Republic of Congo, South Sudan, and soon, we hope, Somalia. Uganda's relations with each of these sovereign states is warm, friendly, and brotherly, not to say sisterly. Furthermore, Uganda is at the communications hub of the region. Connectivity is available by air, by road, and to some extent by rail and by waterway. All these attributes make Uganda the ideal location for a building and construction platform such as this one, this exhibition, for East African community. Madam Minister, I want to say in a very special way, on behalf of the organizers, to thank the government of Uganda for coming out fully to support this exhibition. It was a meeting of minds, but it took a great leap of faith by the Ministry of Lands, Housing, and Urban Development to trust a small group of Indian entrepreneurs from Chennai and Mumbai to mount an exhibition of this nature. By so doing, your ministry has opened wide the door to greater prospects for accelerated and quality growth of the building and construction sector of the Ugandan economy. I thank you, Madam Minister, for this great heart. Allow me, therefore, to call on the distinguished panelists to make their presentations. And first and foremost, I would like to call upon the Executive Director of Uganda Manufacturers Association, Mr. Daniel Birungi, to make his presentation. Oh, I'm told he's not here. He's not here? No representative? Okay, fine. Then I would like to call upon Mr. I hope he's ready, Mr. Prem Swami, to make his presentation.
Webale, Uganda, how are you? And namaste to all Indians, and hello to all other country people, those who are arrived and they're here for this show. Uganda is called the Pearl of Africa. And the Pearl of Africa, you know, any country is made great because of its people. And I found from yesterday, I've been received by various Ugandan people, and I found that it's truly Pearl of Africa because people are really great. I can feel the people sitting on the dais, people standing down, and they are singing their national anthem, and they have by-hearted it. So the same thing I saw the Indians also, that they all are singing. These things made the countries great. No country is great without its people. So before I start my speech about the exhibition, let me wish the Madam Minister and His Excellency of Indian Ambassador Mr. Ajay Kumar and the distinguished guest in the dais. We met Madam Grace Akello sometime last year in Chennai, and there was a road show of Uganda, and we saw I think some of the ministers also attended that particular road show, and we saw there is a great opportunity for these two countries to come together and start a business relationship. In this development, we found that it's not only India. If we could bring some progressive countries which are thinking alike, and we started marketing this particular show in Europe also, and a lot of companies have come from Europe. And I really appreciate that in such a short time, we could produce such a great show. So many companies and so many people have arrived here. And I wish all the best to all the participants. We have here my personal observation to yesterday's journey. The Uganda need infrastructure. Uganda need village roads. Uganda need to reach out to small places where a bunch of houses or even bunch of people living, and create village roads. So the crops which are available in the down, deep areas, they should reach to the towns. They should reach to the world. And I feel in this regard, for the infrastructure development and construction development, I think this particular exhibition is apt, very, very apt. And it will give lot of avenues for the Ugandan business people to come together and have business tie-ups with lot of companies, different companies. We have here from building material, construction, to hardware, to brick manufacturing, to tiles manufacturing, to machineries, to equipments, to everything. And I think this particular show will keep on growing. And proud to announce this, that we are going to make it an annual event, and it will be always in the month of August. Thank you very much for listening me. Won't take much of your time, because I understand speaking too much allow people to sleep. Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you. And a special thanks to Madam Grace Akelo. Thank you, Madam.
Thank you. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, please, this is a very distinguished son of India, but he's a very humble person. So now I'm going to request that you give him a really warm hand clap. Really, really warm. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Now, I would like to call upon, first of all, Madam Minister, apologies from the Executive Director of Uganda Manufacturers Association. He's caught up in a meeting which started at 9 o'clock and hasn't ended. Talk about talking too much. Maybe, I don't want to say they are talking too much in that meeting, but it's taking a long time, so I'm not sure whether words are not part of it. And I don't want to be guilty of it as well. So let me briefly say that I want to introduce Mr. Mohammed Muzamil, Head of Policy and Advocacy in Uganda Manufacturers Association, who has kindly told me that he will stand in for the ED. Mr. Muzamil, please.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. Honorable Minister, distinguished dignitaries around, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I bring apologies from the Executive Director, who is held up in a meeting that started earlier, as communicated. And from his side, he sent me to say only 3 things. And just like Her Excellency said, we don't have to talk too much. And I'll go straight to the things that he requested me. Number 1 is to appreciate this kind of gesture by the society that has decided to work with UMA to bring this exhibition here. We really do appreciate, and we hope that you can work with us in years to come. And I'm privileged to have heard from the previous speaker that this is going to be made an annual event. And we, as UMA, are ready to work with you to continue to make this a very good event. Then number 2, he requested me to speak on behalf of the manufacturers of Uganda. Many of them are going to be exhibiting here, and many of them are actually supporting your initiatives wherever you happen to be getting contracts by supplying products. And as a country and as an association, we are pro-BUBU, if you have heard about that word, Buy Uganda, Build Uganda. Because if we are building in Uganda, then it's better that we work with the manufacturers in Uganda who are able to provide us with the materials that we require to make our work a progress. And so in that spirit, we request that you work with us so that we can have this a very good cordial relationship. Then the last one is to request you and to request all the members around that this is a 3-day event, and we have a 10-day event that is coming up in October from the 3rd up to the 10th. And this is the International Trade Fair, which is going to be happening around that time. So we still request you to come and join us during that period, where you can have a longer kind of interaction as opposed to the 3 days. So whatever is not concluded in this period, within the 3 days, can be concluded in October over a longer period, where we shall have more international dignitaries and showgoers and people who are going to be exhibiting coming over here at UMA. So with those few words, allow me to end here, Your Excellency, and we appreciate the fact that you have allowed us to speak to this august house and the people around. Thank you very much.
have for Mr. Zamir? Thank you. Now, I want to take up one or two points which he mentioned, and he mentioned them very lightly, but I want to take them up very seriously. I know that Mr. Mzamil will keep it in his record, and therefore will make it a point of discussion with the executive director. Now, these people who are exhibiting here, they have come to show us what they can produce. Like Mr. Mr. Gupta, the chairperson of hardware producers, based in Rajkot in Gujarat, where I have been a number of times as your High Commissioner. Now, what I can tell you is that they are one of the best manufacturers of hardware for bathrooms and places like those. Therefore, so are many other people who have come to exhibit here. The point here, I hope, is made very, very clear that they are not just showing us what they are capable of doing. They are showing us, yes, number one. Number two, they will hope to get some people to buy what they are displaying, number two. But number three, and more fundamentally for us who are here, this goes for the top people here and for the other people in Uganda, that we get them to invest here so they produce those things here. And this is the point that is, for me, is the most important. That's why I had that show in Chennai, that these people should be attracted to come to Uganda and see that it is possible to invest here, produce those goods here, and have a market in this part of Africa. Now, so with those few words, we go on to our next speaker, who is none other than actually the chief executive of this show, who's been running around 24 hours a day, trying to make sure that this takes off. This is Mr. Digvijay Singh. He is the Chief Executive of Exhibition and Trade Services based in Mumbai, India.
Good morning to Madam Minister, His Excellency Shri Ajay Kumar, and the distinguished guest at the dais, and the respected ladies and gentlemen. I will just, I think Madam Grace has already mentioned certain things, and Premji has also mentioned about the exhibition. So let me share my experience about Uganda. This is my 7th visit this year to Uganda. And Madam, one thing I would like to say, that the people in Uganda are amazing. They are so lovely, they are very cooperative, and they are ready to give you all kind of support what you want to do here. And the ease of doing business, if you study about East Africa, the ease of doing business is very favorable in comparison to other countries nearby. You take customs, you take payments, the ease of doing business is very, very easy in Uganda. And we did the first show in the month of March, which was Pharma, and it was a great success. And then I discussed with Premji that we need to do something on the construction building industry. So, and I think in 2-3 months we created this platform, we organized this show. And I'm really thankful to my team here, the people from FutureX, from Exhibitions and Trade Services. Namit is there, Vijenka is there, and the whole guys are there who work day and night for this work. And we should clap for the support they have given to execute this show. So please give all support to these guys. And Madam, one thing I would like to tell that as mentioned in this by Madam Grace and Premji, that more than 100 companies are here. They are from India, they are from Uganda and other European countries. And the products are amazing. What I realized in my seventh visit, that there is a lot of demand. But unfortunately, the supply is not there. Most of the things they are coming, what I have learned, is from Dubai. Most of the things they are coming from Dubai. So what we feel that Uganda is a very perfect opportunity, the people to display their products, and the investment is also very important, because the pharma show we did in the month of March, I know 4 companies, they are investing in Uganda, and the government is giving a very good support. And the second thing I would like to mention, and after that I would like to end up, we got, Madam, very good support from Ministry of Land. And as Madam Grace told, that being a private person, we approached Ministry, and we got a very excellent support and very open-hearted welcome to organize this event. And the Ministry has been very supportive. The Director, Ministry of Land is here, and sir, you have been very supportive, giving all kind of support to us. And with this, I would like to thank all the exhibitors coming all the way from India and other parts of the world. We are here for 3 days, and we are here to provide all kind of support. And the market is there. So if you get a time, like there are certain hubs, what we did, Premji in Farmer Show also, we requested our exhibitors to visit those areas. It will give you a fair idea about many other things which are there, which we can provide, which are there in the market, but somehow they need more from our side. So we are here for 3 days for all the support. Thank you.
A very warm hand clap for this gentleman. He's already investing in Uganda. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'll never forget your energy. I used to think I was strong and I could run up and down, but you are stronger than me. So now I know. It's good to have people like you at the other end of India thinking about Uganda and working for Uganda. No, working for Uganda and for India, Your Excellency, the High Commissioner. Because when Uganda benefits, India benefits, right? We are in this together, and that's why we are together here. Thank you so much. Thank you. I want to recognize, and if there are any other people who have come here quietly and sat down quietly because they saw the minister is here, please, I want to recognize them. And now I would like to take this opportunity, Madam Minister, to introduce to you or to recognize the Princess of India, Kenneth Kaijuka. Engineer Kenneth Kaijuka. Yes, he's the Chief Executive Officer of Uganda National Housing and Construction Company Limited. Thank you very much for coming to be with us at this event, Engineer. Thank you. Madam Minister, we are going on to hear the President of a Hardware Manufacturers Association, who is based in, I don't know which part of India is not a manufacturing hub. But Madam Minister, when next you visit India, you must go to Gujarat. And my sister, your new High Commissioner there, will take you there. Gujarat is one of the engines of growth in the Indian economy. And there you will find people who work 25 hours a day, if there is such a time. And they'll wake you up at any time to talk business. That was my experience with the people from Gujarat. Of course, as you know, the head of state of India just now, or the leader of India just now, is from that section of the Indian regions. So, Mr. Manish Gupta, would you come and talk?
Good morning, all. Firstly, I would like to welcome the Honorable Princess Persis of the Ministry, His Excellency Mr. Ajay, and Housing and Urban Development, and all the respected fellow dignitaries on behalf of Rajkot Hardware Manufacturing Association. Myself, I am Manish Patel. I am President of the Rajkot Hardware Manufacturing Association, and obliged to thank you all for giving me this opportunity to express the vision we have of RHMA. RHMA was established in the year of 2009, and I have been member since 2012. The core purpose of forming of RHMA is to provide technical upgradation and development of all our members. They're reaching new heights in the hardware industry. Value are RHMA, unity, growth, and respect for all. Our combined goal is to become one of the best organizations in the world. We are here in Uganda to display our unity, expertise in the field of hardware manufacturing, as Uganda is currently one of the fastest developing country of Africa. And we foresee a lot of potential for business collaboration in the Uganda market, thereby enabling us to provide world-class hardware products for the African people. Lastly, I thank to FutureX and ETSPCI Group, Uganda government and Uganda Manufacturing Association for providing us platform to connect with Uganda. Thank you.
Thank you. So let's give a warm hand clap for that presentation. Please take up this gentleman from Gujarat. Take up all these gentlemen from all parts of India, but especially take up this gentleman from Gujarat, because these people are very, very serious. And you know, everybody knows that the most enterprising people in India are the Gujaratis. And when I was when I was in India, they would say, okay. You know, those Gujarati people, I said, what do you mean? They are our Ugandans. Most of our Ugandans are Gujaratis. They said, then they kept quiet. So yeah, that's where we stopped. But they are very, very serious people. And it's when the Ugandan team came to visit us, we took them to Gujarat, we took them to Punjab, we took them also to we didn't quite go to Kolkata. But they came back and they told us that the industries that were most relevant to Uganda, they found in Gujarat. So, Madam Minister, when you are going to India, target there, but then also visit other parts of India. Yes. Now, we are going to have, let me do a jump here and call on the, now I'm going to do two jumps because the chairperson, National Physical Planning Board, has not turned up. So now it's my pleasure to call on the President of the Society of Architects, Dr. Senabulia Emmanuel, to talk to us. Thank you.
Honorable Minister, directors of government entities, manufacturers, contractors, and all the professionals within the built environment, ladies and gentlemen, all the distinguished guests, and all protocol observed, to our friend Guru, you are all welcome. I greet you and bring warm regards from the Uganda Society of Architects. I am Dr. Sinabuli Emmanuel, an architect, and I'm the president of the Uganda Society of Architects. I practice in Uganda, in Rwanda, and in Scandinavia, Norway. The Uganda Society of Architects was founded in 1966, that's about 56 years now, with the sole aim of fostering growth within the built environment, uniting and being the voice of the professionals within the built environment, but most importantly, serving the community. As we all know, all economies are growing at different rates. And as we appreciate that, we know that it takes a collective effort to push things forth. So when we learned of the intention of our colleagues to put up the building construction expo, we received it with great news, as I'll explain further on. Uganda, just like other countries in the global village, have gone through a tremendous, hectic 2 or 3 year period of the pandemic. And with that, it exposed us to not only appreciating our built environment around us, the space we're in, but also to appreciate what it takes to have a good space. It came at a time when borders were closed, not because of political inclination, but because we needed to search within us to control what was happening elsewhere. And that made us search and celebrate Bubu. It made us ask ourselves, what can we produce here? It made us ask ourselves, how can we build capacity locally? Yes, we might have some products coming in from Europe or America, but at times we need to fly in experts to assemble those products. it made us ask ourselves, what is the local capacity in the vocational institutions, in the tertiary institutions, to make sure things move even when a similar pandemic happens. So it's very fortunate that when our friends in the Indian community came to us, on their agenda, it was to show the innovations that have come up to self-better the industry, but also to adapt to the trends that are shaping the industry. So with that, it has helped us celebrate the different manufacturers, contractors, and different players in the built environment that you need to pick up pace. Within us, we need to innovate. By us, I mean the professionals. We need to innovate. We need to come up with new trends that match the needs of the society. At times, we think for the community. At times, the community may not know what they need. But as manufacturers, as professionals, as contractors, we need to advise honestly and professionally on what they need. So it is nice that we have come together as the different players in the built environment to not only celebrate what we have to offer, but also to network, share best practices, share ideas, share what has failed and what needs to be uplifted. So as the moderator or the key speaker mentioned, this is not a time for speeches, but to appreciate what we have, to appreciate where we need to go, but also to tap into the vast resources and manpower that we have. We have a big population, as you all know, but the skill set and the level of capacity building is low. So as we move through the booths, as we hear from the different speakers, let us appreciate knowledge transfer. Let us appreciate what BUBU really means. It's not about just having a product made in Uganda, but how is the skill transferred to all of us? How do we sustain it for generations to come? How do we innovate it and make it better and custom-made for the context? So with that, I would like to thank the organizers of the event. I would like to appreciate the players in the housing industry, because we have a very big housing deficit, and we have players like National Housing who have played a big role in reducing that gap. But each of us here, whether we're contractors or manufacturers, we play a big role. For example, if you bring a product that is a water tank that uses less liters than another one, you're saving on water. And by saving on water, you're making water available to others. If you bring electric bulbs that use less energy, the list goes on. But let us innovate, let us make the community better, and let us serve each other. Thank you very much.
Thank you so very much, Dr. Sinabulia. Thank you very, very much. You know, it's good to meet the younger generation who have been to other parts of the world and are bringing it back home to all of us. And you can see the passion with which he speaks. It means that he knows what he's talking about, and he also knows the challenges. But I wanted to take you up a little bit on the issue of big population. You know, when I'd just gone to India, I used to sit in my office and stare at this map of India. And I think the smallest state in India is the one which has the population of Uganda, the smallest state. So when we talk about a big population, India has got 3 point how many billion people? 1.4 billion people. And Uganda, we have 48 million. So that's like the state of, I think, I don't know whether it's, no, Gujarat is bigger than that. Even Gujarat got a bigger population. So therefore, when you're talking about a big population, it's, of course, for us, in comparatively speaking, it is big in the East African setting. And skilling this population for these Indians will be nothing. If they really got to work here, invested here, and they wanted their investment to get results, they would incorporate skilling as an important aspect of their investment here. I know because they have skilling programs. Every state of India has a youth skilling program. Like us, it would be every district in Uganda would have a youth skilling program. So this is up to you. The uptake will be up to you, Honorable Minister, and up to you, the private sector. and up to you, the associations concerned with building and construction industry. What do you get out of the investment that they bring here so that it can provide maximum benefits to us? Yes, now it's my privilege. I have been informed that I missed one person, but I gained another. And this is the pleasure of being a mother. You lose one child, hopefully not, but you gain another one. So I have gained Engineer Kenneth Kaijuka, the Chief Executive Officer of National Housing and Construction Company, who will now speak on behalf on the slot that would have been taken up by Mr. Kayanga Yanga from the mainstream ministry. They must have a very high regard of you, engineer. Are you here? Yes, they must have a very high regard of you because they said you will speak on our slot of the ministry. Congratulations.
Honorable Minister, dignitaries present, dear exhibitors, and those of you who are visiting Uganda for the first time, you're welcome. As mentioned, Engineer Kishuka Kenneth is my name, and I am the Chief Executive Officer at National Housing and Construction Company Limited. We are partners in organizing this event. And Honorable Minister, I'm very excited that this year round, after the pandemic, the minds are coming together to discuss and look at the opportunities that are available in the housing sector, the built environment. Everything else can fade away, but housing cannot fade away. I want to add, Honorable Minister, that the opportunities in housing in Uganda are vast, as mentioned. The population is growing. At least government has not restricted the growth of population. So we need about 300,000 housing units annually. And that creates that opportunity for the construction sector, for the manufacturing sector, and for all of us that are players in this sector. They said it's not a day for speeches. National Housing is 59 years old, just 1 year behind Uganda's age. And so we've been participating in this sector throughout the country. And I want to invite partners to come and join hands with us. I want to appreciate India. We've had a strong relationship with many of your companies, with many of your suppliers, through our various projects that we have implemented in the city and outside the city. And now that there are more than 14, 15 cities created, it's our duty to go to those cities. And Honorable Minister, we pray that through your invitation, participants here and those who have not come can join hands with us, and we take decent accommodation and housing countryside. Lastly, I should add, the opportunity that is, again, in housing is that it has the longest supply chain compared to any construction project, at least for the sub-Saharan setting.